Okay. Hey, what's going on there, you funky fresh people folks? Oh, yeah. Fuck one, kill one, marry one.
Oh, God.
I don't have anybody.
Okay. Good. This can get squirrely.
It wouldn't... Yeah, I feel like... Can you do that anymore? Can you pick? Are you allowed?
I don't know.
I feel like that's something against men.
You mean something against women?
Well, yeah, clearly that's objectification of women and also murder. That never states how you kill them, though.
No, it's just that they die.
Can't we do, like, a more pleasant version of that game? Like, kiss one, take one out on a hot date, marry one. Like, do we have to kill? And I don't know.
Yes, we need to kill.
No, I thought about that. Stupid.
Need to kill.
Yeah, mother... Wait, what the fuck were we just talking about? I forgot already. It was literally 3 seconds before I said that.
What was... When we cut off the last one, where were we at?
No, not that. That's the comic stuff. What you just said. The pictures.
The comments.
Yeah, we got some comments on that fucking shitty, terrible article of yours that has 800 million views.
Were those comments from, what was it, yesterday you sent that to me? Was those...
I think that was yesterday. Yeah, we had a very angry... Not angry at us. Angry at another commenter. I thought it was angry at us at first, and then he sent a second comment.
That was the same... Those were from the same guy.
It was all capitalized, both comments. It was all terrible grammar, and it was just a lot of swearing and name-calling. And I just deleted them, but a part of me kind of wanted to be like, if I let this go, will the guy he's insulting in the comment section reply, and can we just get like 1 million comments?
Just a hate on the hater.
But I don't want to.
Yeah, that's just the whole
I don't want
mess.
the negativity on old DPW. I feel like that guy kind of go fuck himself, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's no need to get that upset over such a dumb thing.
Yeah, fucking comic book characters. The strongest comic book characters. Yeah, because the very first thing he said was like, go fuck yourself or something, right? Or
yeah.
You're a dumbass, but he misspelled dumbass. And
Because at first, I thought he was talking to me when I read the first one. And then when I went over to the second longer one, and I was like, did I say those things? I don't remember if I said those things or not.
No, he was talking to another commenter, and he was very upset, and I don't understand why. I think it was something to do with Hulk versus Superman. And the topic he brought up, too, of the Hulk never fighting the Superman was wrong also. Am I correct?
Yeah, they've thrown down and...
Because he was like, Marvel and DC have never fucking fought each other or something. It's like, what are you talking... Like,
they're not even in the same universe. But this is both of the universe.
If I could post the Billy Madison quote in the comments, I would, like the video where the guy says, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, and everybody here is dumber for listening to it or something. Like, that was very applicable because that guy was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think, why would you go to a literary website? Granted, it was a comic book article, which we don't post too often anymore, but why would you try to troll, not us, the comments section, which we don't normally have like a fucking outstanding amount of comments anyway. So I don't get it. What was the point?
I don't get why you spend... Especially on something that is like...
So trivial.
Yeah, it's like...
It's not important.
You know what? I'll tell you what, whenever Stanley was ever asked who would beat who in any kind of fight, and this is even just... He was probably just talking about just within Marvel. Whose book is it? Is it a Hulk book? Then the Hulk's gonna win. Is it a Thing book? Then the Thing's gonna win.
Yeah. That's perfect. It is whose book it is.
It's whoever you need. It's gonna like.
They're not real characters. They're not people.
It's gonna be a standstill.
These people do not exist in real life. They're not actually gonna fight.
That'd be awesome if they did, though.
Grizzly bear versus his silverback gorilla is a more realistic fight than the Thing versus fucking the Hulk or Superman or Macho Man Randy Savage. Like, anything is not gonna happen. These things aren't real. I wish they were. It would be amazing, but they don't exist. Or can we make them exist?
I mean, science is going to get there eventually.
At some point, we're going to be living in a virtual reality where everything is real. Or nothing is real.
Or not real.
Everything is unreal.
Yeah.
Dog's mad. He knows we're going overtime with the podcast.
That he's not a fan of the simulation theory.
I don't think he likes the Thing.
No.
He doesn't like rocks. Rock monsters.
No. Rock monster.
How much would that suck? Like, everybody around you is getting cool superpowers, and your superpower is, I am permanently rock monster. Like, I don't have a wiener, it's just rock. Like, you got a guy can stretch his whole body, including his dong. Imagine how easy it would be to poop if you could just expand your butthole infinitely. And we got a chick that could turn invisible. That's handy if you're naked, I guess. But Reed Richards is a genius. He makes suits. Yeah. You got a guy that can turn on fire and fly. And then, who's the other one?
The Thing.
The Thing. And he's just fucking big rock.
Whoa. The Thing has recently just got married.
If it's not the She-Hulk, I'm not interested.
It's one of his on and off again girlfriends forever, Lisa Masters, whose father is the puppet master. But she, to anybody who knows the character, she is blind.
I don't feel like that helps when you're made out of rock. Hey, your skin feels like a dirty rock. At least he probably doesn't sweat, so that no bad smells.
Yeah. Well, they also did some kind of thing. They gave him a formula to where, like, once a year he turns back to human form for, like, a couple of days. Maybe a week at the most. Something like that. I can't remember.
And then he probably has to fight crime as a human in those scenarios.
Maybe. I don't know. Well, I don't know, because in the comics, you know, as Mallrat has taught us, like, in the comics, they don't necessarily get into that. You know, in the movie, in the new Fantastic Four movie, he didn't have, you know, a donger, you know, he didn't have a rock donger, but that doesn't say anything that, you know...
Let's break it down scientifically.
Yeah. Because in those first Fantastic Four movies, where they did x-rays and stuff, he still had lungs and stuff that were made out of rock.
Oh, so he doesn't have meat under there. He still has lungs and shit.
Yeah. I'd imagine.
How does that fucking work? What's pumping through him? Blood?
Yeah, I would think so, yeah.
You can't have rock blood? None of this makes sense. The Thing is a stupid character. I denounce The Thing.
Oh, whoa.
It's clobbering time.
The Thing's a great character.
I am clobbering The Thing right now.
Oh, that's true. You're just doing it because he's Jewish.
Yeah. We learned about that too much from Bill Finger. Remember when he went on the fucking... Actually, I think that was a panel about Jewish people in comics.
So... Oh, was that when his rambled on that...
Yeah, it was really long and winded, and there's pictures of Jewish thing though, which is what's happening.
Well, that's the thing. Like how I told you, when he got married, they had like a Jewish ceremony. He had a yarmulke on, and he stomped on the glass and the thing. The only thing I can't remember if they did the whole lifting him up in a chair thing. I can't remember.
Probably not. Yeah, he has to be very heavy, right? He can't get on elevators. Weight limit.
Yeah.
I just don't understand if he's made of rocks. How do his legs bend and his arms? Does he have a rock joint? That doesn't make sense.
Well, maybe it's just like his skin's rock.
Yeah, but you said his lungs were rock.
Well, that was in the fucking shitty movie. I can't remember in the I haven't read the vast catalog of Fantastic Four.
How does he poop and what comes out? Sand? Does he have teeth?
He has teeth.
So he eats.
Yes.
And it comes out as sand.
Maybe?
Seashells.
Little rock pellets? Instead of
Well, if he eats regular food, that means he has a regular digestive system. This goes back to my original theory of inside is just meat.
Yeah.
But then, if that was the case...
I would say his insides are just like the normal insides of a body.
Here's the problem.
The hard shell.
If he fell off, say, a building, which he does all the time, jumps off a high shit... The impact of his brain smacking off his rock skull or his fucking organs smacking off he's gonna die. It's like Iron Man when he fucking flies into the earth and slams real hard. He's jelly. What is stopping him? But at least maybe you could say, oh, he has the tech. It's some kind of air pocket or something. But the Thing doesn't have that. He's just got a fucking rock
maybe
shell.
You say his body has adapted. Like, he's still, I don't know.
I am calling bull honky on the Thing. I am calling shenanigans. Right now, the Thing is done. Is too unrealistic.
Oh, that's where you draw the line. The Thing is where you draw it.
You can be a stretchy ball sack having fucking guy. You can be invisible. You can light on fire and fly, but you cannot be made of rock. It doesn't make sense.
I suppose.
It's stupid. What? People are selling Avengers Endgame tickets on eBay.
I saw
$15,000?
I saw that shit. I don't know how real that is.
You're gonna be a fucking idiot to pay that.
They're saying like movie tickets like everywhere are already sold out because they made them available. I've been interested to just like go on like Fandango to see what like at the Crown Center, because I doubt like those on probably like
joke's on them. I'm just gonna walk in without paying. Who's gonna stop you? You can just blend into the 5,000 people in the room and sit on the floor somewhere.
Well, like when you go to try to see like a morning matinee like I do, like the person when you buy the ticket there, they tear the thing off and then you just walk in and there's nobody there to check your ticket.
Me and the missus recently went to the movies matinee early show. Nobody was in there except for like a little scattering of people. And then like the movie already started, I think. Fucking like 12 teenagers came in.
What was it?
They sat next to us for no reason.
And there's room everywhere, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was an empty theater. They sat next to us in the back, and through the whole movie, just kept leaving, coming back, leaving, coming back, and joking, taking pictures. What the fuck are you doing? You're not here to see the movie. Go hang out in the fucking mall.
When I went to go see the Ant-Man and the Wasp, I was the only fucking person. I think it was me. I was like literally like in the exact fucking middle of the theater.
Dude just sat right next to you.
And there was like one person like all the way in the front. And then this fucking couple with their kid came in, set the row behind me one seat over. I just wanted to turn around and be like,
why?
What the fuck's wrong with you guys?
Go in the back.
Do you guys have no fucking like etiquette when it comes to theater? There's so much open space.
Here's the move. Back row, middle, in empty theater.
I used to do that. But like I kind of wanted to be in the... When I saw that there wasn't look like there was going to be anybody there, I was like, oh, I'd get like in the middle and kind of be more immersed into the movie other than seeing everything.
Here's the thing. When you're in the back row, right under the projector, that's like the darkest spot. So when you're jerking off, nobody can see you. So you don't get in trouble.
And nobody can hear you over the...
Yeah. So you can...
But I almost got up and moved because, like... I just want... And then, like, they were talking throughout the whole fucking thing or laughing at, like, at funny parts. And there's just, like, I just want to be like, who the fuck showed you how to watch a goddamn movie?
But then you don't want to move because then you feel like you lost.
Either you lost, or then I'm also worried that, like, I was there, they come down and sit there, I go to move, and they might say some shit to me, be like, well, what the fuck, you gave me no fucking choice. It'd be one thing, like, if it was smattered throughout the theater, like, you know what I mean? But there was literally nobody else in 10 rows in front of me or behind me. You could have sat anywhere. Or if you wanted to sit in the row behind me, could you at least done it at a farther end? So I don't have to fucking hear your guys' conversation throughout the whole goddamn movie?
You know what that family is. You know who that family was raised by. That one guy that when you're in the fucking public bathroom... long ass row of urinals, and the guy comes up right next to you. That's who raised that fucking family. That's who taught them the etiquette. Or like when you get to bathrooms with 3 urinals, no barrier.
Oh, I hate the no barriers.
And you're on the you're on the left one. When there's no barrier, common etiquette says just fucking go in the stall.
Yeah.
Do not use that. Well, this guy doesn't go in the right one. He goes in the middle, right next to you. And I've had that happen.
And then you ever get they walk up and hey. And then gets to business like,
hey, nice dick. No, thanks. I can't pee now. I'm pushing as hard as I can. It won't come out because you're here and my fucking body seizes up because I'm embarrassed or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm trying to pee. I've been trying to pee since before you got here. You got here, I seized up, you're peeing, and I might like drip a little bit, because you can always tell, you always hear the other person
yeah, and that makes you more nervous, right? The worst fucking...
Because you're like, I have to pee now, or I'm gonna look like the fucking weirdo just standing here with their dick out.
The worst case of public piss syndrome you can have is when you drank a lot of fucking whatever kind of liquid, and you're at, say... like a hockey game or something.
Where they have the trough?
The trough. When you're at the trough and you're in the middle of the trough, you're never peeing. Your bladder is about to explode and you are never going to pee. Do women have this problem?
No, because they don't have troughs.
No, I mean, do they have public pee syndrome? Is that a problem with women though?
I wouldn't think so, because you get your kind of own little private space.
I guess.
It's not like there's just a drain in the middle of the floor that they all have to squat over.
I hate that drain when you got waffle stomp the turds down. I've been to Bangladesh. Don't worry about it. No, it's just... That is one of those things women will never understand. When you're in a public bathroom, your wiener will just stop working.
So the other day I was on a breaker or something, and I was in the bathroom, and I was in the normal stall, and there was a guy in the handicap stall, and he was talking to somebody on his phone. I imagine it was like his girlfriend or his wife. It kind of sound like, and I don't know if it happened there right like that. But, like, he was talking, like, apparently somebody shat on the seat. you always get that. So he was going on this rant about, like, what kind of fucking person shits on the toilet seat and just leaves it there? I want to find that person and go and just, like, shit on their furniture, shit on their yard. And he just went on this, he was just, shit. Just every shit was, like, every other word.
How does that... That sounds like from Dumb and Dumber where, fucking, Danny Tanner, Bob Saget he walks in the bathroom and he's chocolate everywhere.
Yeah.
He's like, there's shit everywhere, shit all over the walls. Like, he freaks out.
But he just kept on, like, it was like a good, like, and like I came in like halfway through this conversation, and then also
was it you that shit on the toilet?
It wasn't me. No, I always get it on inside the toilet. Though I also wanted to knock on the thing a bit. What do you expect, dude? Public fucking restroom. You know this. You're a male.
I feel like not every country has this problem, though. Because one, how do you actually shit on the toilet seat unless you're trying to, like, hover, not sit on it, which is weird. And two, say somebody does do the right thing and wipes the shit off the toilet seat, you're clearly not going to do a good job, right?
No.
You might get the visual poop smear off, but there's fecal matter all over the seat. And the next guy who sits bare ass and raw dogs that toilet seat is getting just shit ass and doesn't even know it. It's terrible. That's a fecal catastrophe. Hey, Mindy, do girls get public pee syndrome?
What's that mean?
Girls do not get public pee syndrome. That is a fact.
We just fact checked it.
Fact checked it. I feel like girls could pee if they were fucking hovering on, like they were in an air or a helicopter and they had their ass out of the fucking door Vietnam style and they could just piss like they'd be fine.
No. You don't understand how many times I walk into that bathroom and there's fucking piss all over the seat.
That's because they hover, right?
I don't know what they do, but don't you...
How do girls... Yeah, if you're a girl, you're sitting down, so if you're pissing on the seat, you're hovering.
But how do you stand up and flush the toilet and not see that you pissed everywhere?
Maybe they don't care.
Do you just have random puddles of what might be yellow things on the floor?
Always.
In the women's bathroom?
Once in a while, yeah.
Wintertime. If you go in the stall and you see that on the floor, it could be snow, could be piss. You don't know. Summertime, it's piss.
Yeah.
Always piss. Maybe a little semen. Hopefully semen. How did we get on this topic? What were we talking about that wasn't... That doesn't make sense how we got onto the toilet humor.
It's just a bullshit.
To be fair, life lesson: do not pee in the middle urinal under any circumstance. But you know what I like to do sometimes?
What's that?
If you want to be alone and you're in a room full of cucks, like say you walk in the bathroom and then you see like 3 other dudes walk behind you, but they're a little effeminate. Go in the middle urinal. They will not go next to you.
Yeah.
You see a bald dude walk in behind you who looks like he fucking loves Brad Paisley. Do not go in the middle urinal because he's going next to you and he's looking.
Yeah.
That's a mighty fine cock you got there, boy. He's rubbing your shoulders while you're peeing. I don't like this. It's uncomfortable. Yeah, you like it. You would love it. See, it's funny. I think of country music. I say like Brad Paisley. I don't know. If I saw a picture of Brad Paisley, I wouldn't fucking know him.
I would assume that he had a cowboy hat on, but that was it.
Tight jeans. Probably a millionaire. Has never fucking worked on a farm.
Big belt buckle.
When did country music get taken over by dudes who never worked on a farm, probably aren't actually rednecks, and just like the attire? Think about that. Like, I guess you could say the same about rap. I'm sure a lot of fucking rappers haven't lived in the hood.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like Kanye West, I mean, he's one of the most famous ones, and he was in a suburb, right?
Yeah, but he doesn't rap like he's a drug dealer.
No, yeah, that's fair.
Think about these mumble rappers. Well, what the fuck are these mumble rappers? They're definitely like a bunch of white kids with face tattoos. They're definitely from the suburbs.
Yeah. Well, what about that one guy who just died? Those
Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
He was from Crenshaw. He was in the hood.
See, I didn't even know who, like...
I knew him, but I never really listened to him. But he was doing big things. I feel bad. Apparently they killed a good one. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
It was fucking some hood rat. I guess he got I don't know, some snitch from the block, and he was starting trouble with the shop and got bitch slapped and came back with a Glock. Sucks. Fucking world we live in, too. It's like, why... You kill a Nipsey Hussle who was doing all this stuff for his community, but you still got fucking Lil Wayne walking around. Yeah. You got fucking Lil Wayne, you got the fucking Migos, you got all these fucking shitty rappers. I don't understand. Our fans don't listen to rap, probably. I feel like people who read and write usually don't listen to rap. That's a horrible stereotype.
Yeah, it is.
That's awful. I apologize. So you think Jim Gaffigan should be the next Spider-Man? That is weird.
Yes.
Hot pocket.
Yeah, I could just see him just squeezed into a Spider-Man onesie.
Like somebody just learning how to make sausage. And they just fucking fill that casing to the fucking overflowing.
He could be the new Uncle Ben, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. They were talking about Tobey Maguire taking that role.
I'd be okay with that.
He's old enough.
I mean, look at Aunt May, I mean.
Yeah, but Aunt May's like hot now.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like...
You can't well, yeah, I guess you're right. 40-year-olds.
Yeah, like...
Marissa Tomei's like 50, isn't she?
At least, probably, but...
She's a very pretty lady. Marissa Tomei won an Oscar for My Cousin Vinny, and there's 100% they read the wrong name. Like, she did not win that Oscar. She just won it. Like, It was one of those things where, like, yeah, Marissa Tomei won that. Like, the guy, whoever was fucking announcing that probably read the wrong name, and they just, just go with it.
That's fine.
There's no way that lady won. Like, that was a stupid movie from what I remember. I was a kid when I watched it. It can't hold up.
No.
Joe Pesci is a lawyer? What? Was that it? Was that the premise? Was he Vinny?
I think so, yeah.
That's one of those movies I saw once when I was a kid. I never watched again. Because as a kid, why are you watching My Cousin Vinny?
Well, did you see, he did a thing like, because, like, you know how they were doing the new, like, Home Alone commercial, with, like, the series or whatever, like, one of the new home, like devices where you can just talk to your house and it does stuff, and it had, what's his name? The kid from Home Alone.
Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, he was, like, replaying all the stuff from it. And
it was a great commercial.
At the end, you hear like the voice of them in the van, and they drive away. Or they did another commercial where like he was having, I think it was a Super Bowl, and he was at Super Bowl party, and they were playing that commercial, and he was like having everybody watch it, and then there at the end, I see that was me, wasn't I awesome, and stuff like that.
You know, it's Super Bowl commercial I loved. I forget what it was for. I think it was a car. They had Bo Jackson and some other old football player in the car, like going down the end zone or something, and it was based on the old Techno Bowl game.
Yeah, I remember that one
where Bo Jackson was just unstoppable. Oh fuck! What is this episode about?
It was a bullshit episode.
Well, it was a bullshit episode, but did we have a direction for the bullshit? We wanted to talk about Valiant Comics.
Oh yes, Valiant Comics.
25 minutes ago we were supposed to start. No, Valiant Comics. What the fuck happened to the Bloodshot movie that was supposed to come out?
They're shooting it.
Who's starring it?
You don't know who's playing Bloodshot?
It was David Todd Frank, wasn't it? But now who is it?
No, it's Vin Diesel.
He's Bloodshot?
Yeah, he's Bloodshot.
But are they filming with him as Bloodshot?
Yeah, I think they're filming it right now.
I have not heard it. I have stopped reading them a year ago. I fucking need to get back into it because I really love that series.
Yeah, they're about to wrap up one series.
Let me ask you before we go into this.
Okay.
What recent Valiant comics have you read? How far are you in them? Because I felt like you kind of fell off too.
Yeah, I'm all full trade on the Valiant. So, but trade wise,
good move.
I have the newest EXO and Ninjak. I still need to read them, but I have them. The Quantum and Woody, I do believe, unless if they got to trade out the because they brought them back, and I got the first volume of that, and that series is done. So unless if they brought out the second volume and I just missed it, I haven't got that yet. But then like Shadow Man, I got the first volume of the newest series. They have a second and third volume out that I still have to get. So there's like some characters like I am still kind of current on in the trade ones, but there's a good chunk of some other ones that I need to go back and and fill in some gaps and stuff.
Sweet baby Jesus, I am behind. I don't think I can catch up. I should have went the trade route.
Yeah,
because like Bloodshot, I went individual issues. What the fuck else was I reading? I was reading the series you weren't reading.
Yeah, you had like a lot of Bloodshot and Rye.
Fuck yeah, I really liked them too. I just honestly, other than the book club, Pittsburgh Comics Book Club, I haven't really been into reading comics in like the last year because I've just had so much other stuff. Am I a comic guy anymore? Am I out? Do I have to go live on the street?
No, we'll keep. We'll keep you.
I do have a lot of comics. I do have a lot I need to read. I never finished fucking Descender, and now I feel like I have to start over.
Yeah,
that's the problem. If you like kind of fall off a series, even though you're still collecting them, if you don't read them, it's almost like you kind of have to start over, or at least like a couple story arcs back to catch up. Because Descender, I don't even really remember what was happening when I left off.
Well, I got all those in trade, so if you wanted, I could just let you borrow those.
But I'm almost done. I might as well just buy them.
Well, I mean, yeah.
And then like Rebels, Brian Wood's Rebels. I feel like I need to finish that, the newest one.
Yeah.
I don't think I even started reading that. I just was collecting them.
And then, because Ascenders is getting ready to start out now.
Shut your fucking mouth.
It's the sequel to Descenders.
I don't like sequels. Man. Maybe I should just give up on my head.
That one that's maybe when you want to trade.
See, here's the problem.
That's a good break.
See, here's the problem. I'm thinking about becoming a manga guy.
There's that.
My brother got me that Vagabond series. I read the first 3, and I have now like the rest of them. If I go down that route, and I've been watching a lot of anime lately, so if I become an anime guy, I can't read comics anymore.
So, I've been seeing a lot of things pointing to Dragon Ball Super coming back in July.
Yes.
I've been trying to decide and figure out, am I gonna go... Because I had this crazy idea.
Don't do it. You're talking about reading?
I was gonna go and try to read all of Dragon Ball Z, and Super manga before it comes back in July.
Let me ask you 2 questions. Do you have $14,000 at your disposal? And
it wouldn't be that much.
Do you realize how many of those there are?
Well, the 3-in-1s. Like,
you can actually go on Amazon and buy the whole Dragon Ball Z collection for a few $100.
Yeah, I did see that. I remember seeing that a while ago and just like, I think when I saw it was like 300, I think.
When are you going to read comics? When are you going to read novels?
That's still good.
No. Don't give me that, because you know how fat those books are. Well, those manga books are fat.
They are fat, but the pages are smaller.
No, they're Liam fucking Neeson dick fat. Like, those are fat books. You're not just reading through those like in an hour.
But what I'm also thinking is that it might be like those I would maybe read through quicker because I basically know.
I know. I'm telling you now, it's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. At least going all the way back to Dragon Ball, bad idea. Because then I'm going to borrow them, and then it's going to be a worse idea. I don't need that much to read. Have you seen my to-read pile? Just the novels alone are blowing my mind. I keep buying. I keep purchasing. And then we did a book of the month. That was fucking stupid.
That was a stupid fucking idea.
I haven't even started.
I'm 30% done.
How is it so far? Not to give anything away, just say how do you like it?
It's alright.
Good start.
We'll there's a couple main characters that now they're like, the first chapter was introducing like this one female character. The second chapter was introducing like this male character. And the third was like kind of jumping in between the two to where I thought that's where they were going to meet up, but it didn't end up like, it didn't seem like that yet.
Right.
One of them ended up leaving in this scenario. So I don't know if,
Do you think I will like it?
you might like it. I've noticed some typos,
Ooh.
but not so much like in the grammar, but like they forgot to put a the. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're
Just simple errors.
like a the or an a. Like you read, like you're reading it and you're like, that doesn't
that
sound
won't
right.
throw
And-
me off too much because a lot of like the Japanese novels I read, like Yukio Mishima, like the translations
That happens.
that happens. So it's not too bad. Like when I'm reading fucking classic literature and I see those in certain translations or modernizations of these books, I'm not gonna be too upset. Especially if it's indie author, I can let that slide as long as it's just not shitty or cliche writing.
I wouldn't say that it's too like cliche, at least yet. You know,
Yeah.
like I said, I'm only
Like we picked it because the idea was original.
I'm basically like I said, like a third of the way through it. So and I just think there's a little bit of a disconnect with like I was talking to you before about it with it being a British author and like just kind of like it seems like it's set over there. So just like that kind of stuff.
See, I've
little-
read a lot of British fiction, so I shouldn't have a problem with that. See, the problem is, I like wanted to finish the books I was reading last week, but then I was editing podcasts and writing, and a bunch of other shit came up. So I'm almost done with the two books I'm reading now, and I don't want to end up having to rush this book at the end of the month. So hopefully I will finish like the books I'm reading maybe this weekend if I have time.
There's a big, like, you know, there was like this real long war, and now there's these magical creatures and things like that, and they're kind of slowly getting into the magical stuff, and like I don't know if
You feel like maybe they should introduce it earlier? Or?
maybe it would just and like I said, this is a trilogy, so this is maybe stuff that's gonna get talked about later on in the book or later on in the series, but it's just kind of like I don't know how you feel about like the whole prologue and epilogue thing, but like I wouldn't mind like a quick like prologue where they kind of gave you like a quick timeline of like this and this happened to cause this war, and then we found this magical stuff, and now we're at war with these magical beings for so, like, you know what I mean?
You are the first person I have ever heard endorse the idea of an info dump. That's what a prologue usually is.
Yeah.
An info dump is what you're asking for. You kind of want... I'm not going to shit on the writer because I haven't even started the book. But usually that is a sign that at least the first part of the book isn't so great because you're leaving the reader wanting more information. But maybe he will kick it up. Hopefully.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this might be information that we'll get later on.
As long as he stretches it out and you get it,
in the series. Yeah, like as the story goes on, this might be things that, you know. Also, like just with my eye and stuff with reading this, as I'm reading this, I'm thinking like, oh, this would have been a great like graphic novel or something. I feel like sometimes when he gets into describing some of the things that the detail is not that great. Now that just could be for me reading so much like Stephen King and stuff like that, so that I'm used to more of a detailed description of like a creature or something like that, other than like I don't want to say like simple, but sometimes there's not as much to give you, so it's a little bit harder to try to get that picture in your mind as you're reading it.
See, this kind of has me interested because I read a lot of, you know, classic literature and, you know, the flowery writing and the, you know, superb details of things. I'm wondering how I'm going to feel about this, but at the same time, I feel like there could be too much detail.
Oh yeah,
so I'm definitely
a lot of times, and I mean, like, and I'll say that too. Like sometimes Stephen King will get too much, and you're like, I don't need this paragraph.
Or like a Dean Koontz is like, I don't need 3 pages of why this leaf looks fucking, you know, brown.
Yeah,
like, it's too much.
So like I said, like I'm going through it pretty quick because I've been doing most of the reading just at work on my breaks and lunches, and it's on my phone. I'm reading it on my phone. I mean, to being almost like a third of a way through the book, you know.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
You just started that not too long ago. Well, I don't know about you, but personally, I don't read a lot of indie authors.
No.
Which I know is a little hypocritical because that's what we promote on the site. But at the same time, like just novel-wise, like I have so much on my reading list. So this book is kind of our first real dive into an indie author. Because I read a lot of indie comics.
Yes.
But that's different.
But even still, like indie comics to a certain point, so like a lot of the creators that I either know like the artist or writer by knowing them from different cons that we've gone to or just from their work.
Why'd you make that face? And what are you doing? Can you make me a hoagie? Alright then. So, yeah, butt sex. No, the one thing about indie authors, though, through doing this site is we've had, like, full indie authors, unknown artist, unknown writer, submit work to us that we, reviewed. That leads to some interesting things because sometimes it's very bad.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's really good, and you're like, hey, why isn't this better? The Popova series comes to mind.
I was going to say, did you do the review on that second issue?
I think I did.
Because I was going to say, I remember in the first issue of that.
That's one of those, well, we'll get into this in a second. Another series is, was it Jazz Legend? Was that the name of it?
I think you did that one, yeah.
Yeah, I really like that one. I apologize if it wasn't called Jazz Legend, but I'm pretty sure that was it. And then, but like Popova, Jazz Legend, and you had that one. What was the one with the In Hell race? It was a race in hell.
Oh,
we get so many fucking submissions. I forget.
Yeah, I feel bad too because
But you really like that one.
I'm a friend with the guy on Facebook and stuff, and shit, like Death Racers. No, that was a.
What the fuck was that? Let me look it up real quick. I don't want. Yeah, because you said that was a really good. I never got the chance to check that one out. I don't think.
I think you'd probably like that one more with that because you're always more of a big like monster and ghoul kind of guy. So
the title of that book. Oh shit! Oh come on! Oh you fucking ballsack! Who taught you how to write? No.
You doing alright over there?
The word race is not in the title, so I don't know what to look up for. Let me go on to the... If you're interested in reading our comic book reviews, check out Fast and Easy on Drunken Pen Writing, because that's where we post them. Fast and easy because they are fast and easy to read.
That's how we like them.
Yeah, and also sometimes we're lazy and we don't want to do a detailed coverage of something.
There's a lot of that too.
That book was Jazz Legend, by the way. Kingdom Come, We Can Never Go Home, Dead Man's Hand, Postal, jeez Louise. Aphrodisiac was another awesome one.
That was a good one, yes. I really like that.
Yeah, that was fucking great. Oh man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it, sir.
Hold on, I found him.
Invasion from Planet WrestleTopia was also a hilarious one.
Yeah, I would like more of that. Alright, I'm on the guy's Facebook.
Yeah, find him, because some of these are too big for me to look up.
The Showdown.
The Showdown didn't have the word race in it.
At all.
But that was, you said that was a really good one. Anyway, the point I was trying to make was we get some of these really good submissions that we read from indie authors and indie writers, and they don't have any shine, which is very disappointing. But the problem with these indie comics usually is getting a whole series out of them, like a whole story arc. Like Popova, for instance. I would read the fuck out of that, but it was only 2 issues?
Yeah.
And, I mean, if you have to wait 6 months to a year for every issue, that sucks. I mean, I get it. It's a lot of work for an indie author to put out a book. But at the same time, come on, man, I need it.
That was also one of the things when I've always because we mentioned multiple times how we wanted to read a comic and like make a comic is like, do I try to do single issues or do
I say do graphic novel?
Yeah, just do a graphic novel just so I can get a whole story out there for people to read. So
well, if you look at the most successful things we've reviewed that were indie authors, say like Apama or what the fuck was the one we just said? I forget.
The Showdown.
The Showdown. Like a lot of these were a single story arc in a volume.
Yeah.
So you get the whole, like one volume was a story arc. That's great because the audience can like read it and then they're satisfied. And then they may want more. But like a Popova was going issue by issue. When I read the first issue, I thought it was really good. But then you have to wait for the second. Same with Jazz Legend. It was like 2 issues. And then like, well, where the fuck do I go now? And by the time the next one comes out, you forget about it. Maybe you're not even interested anymore. I think these indie authors should go kind of the route of going the graphic novels. Put out a fucking graphic novel and you have a whole story arc.
Well, that's like Derek Manning with that his 4th volume of Mystery. He did a Kickstarter and it was for like he didn't do like it's broke up, like part 1, part 2, part 3, but it's in one whole collection. And
yeah.
So you get the complete story in that one book. You get the whole story, or the whole story in that volume.
Unless you have major recognition, readers aren't likely to keep following your story if it's a single issue at a time and the issues don't come out monthly. Like, that's just the hard reality of it. That kind of goes back to, like, our book club book, or, our book of the month. It's a part 1 of 3. And at least that way, though, I think he already has all 3 released. But say we did one and then the next one wasn't going to come out for a year or two, how likely would we be to read that? Probably not very likely.
Unless if it was, like, amazing or something like
Unless
that.
it was really, really good. But if it's just, like, a normal book, it's probably not going to get attention. But that kind of makes me think, too, we talked about in the past how our disdain for young adult fiction and their fucking 3, 4, 5 books that the, series come out. Like, what is the, like, if you have 5 books out, how do you put them out in such a time frame that people will keep reading them unless they're super popular?
Yeah.
So if you're just a new author and you want to release a trilogy, are you going to release one every year? How are you going to keep that audience entertained for a whole year without another book coming out? How are you going to keep their attention when you're not well known?
Yeah. Well, I think that would be the point where you'd have to have at least like the first one done, the second one mostly done.
Yeah.
So you could release it maybe like a couple months or like a half a year at the most.
You certainly can't release one and then start working on the other one. That's never going to work.
No. Not at that level of the game, no. That only works whenever you have a built-in audience who knows you and will get anything that you put out when you put it out.
Word. God damn. Closing on another hour.
Hey, put in work in.
If you call this work.
I mean, we probably should have been writing or something, but...
Yeah, let's end this episode with some writing talk. I haven't fucking written anything in 3 or 4 days. Not a word, Spencer. I've had the time, too, and I just haven't written anything.
I maybe put like 100 more words onto that devil story.
Pitiful.
And like, the more I'm looking at, I'm like, this is just going to be a flash fiction that I will maybe... Because you know what? I really like the idea of using flash fiction as a way to explore an idea real quick, and then later on
make it bigger,
making like a short story or something out of it.
Here's my current problem. I started a short story, or it was a flash fiction piece I wanted for Friday. Of course, it went too long, and now I don't want to rate it anymore. And what the fuck do I do? Because I gotta finish it, right? It pisses me off. And all I can think about is the short story collection I want to start working on now. And I'm kind of almost thinking, because I have 2 stories in the works. And so I'm thinking, maybe I should just fucking abandon them and work on the story that I'm real passionate about now while I still got the fire and maybe go back to those some other time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's an option.
It just sucks because I don't want to fucking put them off, but then I feel like that puts me in like this weird stalemate situation because I'm not writing because I know I should be writing the old shit, like finishing that, but I don't want to finish that because I'm too interested in the new shit. So I'm frozen. It's a bad feeling, and I haven't written in 4 days because of that. Nothing. And there's plenty of things I could have written. I could have written articles, flash fiction, poetry. I could have written anything for the website at least just to get it out there. I haven't done anything.
Yeah, maybe do the old Harvey Dent, flip a coin to see which one you're going to finish.
Yeah, but then it's going to land on the short story that I don't want to finish.
Well, then you just flip until it gets onto the story that you want to write.
That's what it is, the story I want to write. But the story I want to write is not the story I need to write. But nobody said I need to write the other short story. I actually almost thought about sending it to another author to finish.
Oh, okay.
One short story is like, hey, it's like a ghost story. You want to finish this? Here's the first half. Have fun. I might still do that. Do you want to finish the story?
Maybe, I don't know.
It's about a little red ball. It's about a little kid and his mom and a busy road. Kind of like Pet Sematary, actually, now that I think about it. And the ball rolls into the road. The kid gets hit by a truck. That's not the main catalyst of the story, though, which was supposed to be the flash fiction, and it obviously went way too long because there's a cemetery across from the road, mother commits some kind of suicide, and now they're ghosts. And then at some point, the little red ball goes across the road and causes trucks to crash and die. And I didn't fill out the details because I got tired of it, but I wanted to write the story for a flash fiction, and now it's going to be a short story. Sucks. Maybe I should just abandon it and write the short story collection I was going to work on. Get rich and famous.
And then you can go back to that story.
And go back to the story. I'll never go back to the story, though. But I have to, because if I don't, then I have abandoned story. And I seem like that's a problem I used to have. A bunch of abandoned stories. I don't want to do that anymore. So
no story left behind.
So I've been working on the George Bush no story left behind situation here, you know? I've been trying to undo that fucking habit. It's not working. What about you?
At least just put some kind of working title in it, so if you do abandon it,
it's got a working title.
Or that you can at least be like, when you go to look for it again, you'll be like, oh, okay, that's what that is. Not just another random 15,000 name documents. Like, what is all this?
I have 10 of those though. Those fucking stories that are or have a name but just aren't. There's an idea there, but I just haven't felt like fleshing it out. And why the fuck haven't you finished your butcher story? What the fuck, man?
I was off today and yesterday.
You had the time.
I had no fucking excuses.
You're sitting here on the podcast talking about comics. You could be writing.
I could be writing.
You got so far in it, and then what happened? Weren't you 5,000 words in?
Oh yeah, I'm not. I think I'm close. I think I might be 6 now.
So you're almost done.
And I'm close to the end. It's within reach. The first draft is definitely within reach. It's just I don't know.
You're being a little hoe, Spencer.
I am being a little hoe.
Don't feel bad. That paint story I fucking put off for 6 or 3 months at least. When I literally had 1 paragraph left to write. And I put it off for 3 months. I was like, And then when I finished, I put it off for another 3 months to edit. I'm thinking about publishing that here soon. I have it set to queue. I just haven't felt like getting to it. I don't know how I feel about that story either. It's a damn shame.
I know when I read of it before you finished it, it was good. I haven't had a chance to check it out since.
You're too busy reading the book of the month to read my work.
Yeah.
My phenomenal work. I don't know. I feel like the end is good. The beginning is good, but I think the middle might lag. I think maybe the middle doesn't make as much sense as it should. Because that's where I kind of started hitting that fucking spot where I want to work on something else. Which is a shitty feeling. Anyway, we should probably end this.
Yeah.
Drunken bullshit episode. You have any parting words for the fans?
Don't be like us. Get some writing done.
Sit down and write. Don't be like the DPW guys who talk about writing but never want to do any writing.
Don't be like Brian Griffin.
I was actually on a pretty good daily pace of writing until this week. But I have been doing extra reading this week too, because I'm trying to get these books done for the fucking, so I can get to the short story or whatever, book of the month shit. Why did we do that? That was so bad of an idea.
We might not do this again.
We may never do it again. Sorry, fans. It's weird. When you see like an indie author, it's like you don't want to read their book even if it sounds good just because you don't know them. Maybe that's just me. Is that you?
My problem with reading this book is it's like, once I've started to read it, I haven't had like a trouble to, but like I said, I've read it mostly at work. I've had a hard time while I'm at home.
Yeah.
And like maybe that's just because like it's the on my phone thing.
That's the thing. It's an ebook. I want a fucking print book.
Yeah. If it was a print book, I would have probably been, because it's only like 200 pages. I'd probably be
done almost. And when it's a print book, it's real.
Yeah.
Like it's in your hands. When it's an ebook, even like the classics or whatever I'm reading, I find I have trouble finishing them sometimes because it's a print book. Or I mean, it's an ebook. I'm just like, I don't know how I feel. It's not the same. I can't even explain it. Oh, fucking right.
We like the feel in our hand.
I like the way the pages turn and my fingers. You folks have a wonderful evening. Fucking donkey sex. You want to have a donkey show this weekend?
Kinky Kelly.
Kinky Kelly. Kinky motherfucking Kelly. That's a good note to leave him on.
Yeah. Interspecies erotica, fuckos.
If you folks want to find out more about what we do, check out Interspecies erotica, fuckos. Bye!